Hello, and welcome to another second grade episode of Math Matters. I'm Miss Beckett, and today we are going to learn about money. As you follow along today, think about how you are able to count and compare a collection of pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters whose total value is $2 or less, and use the cent symbol, dollar symbol, and decimal point to write a value of money. We will have an opportunity for you to reflect on your learning at the end of today's lesson. Also, as you are working today, you will have an opportunity to practice your Portrait of a Graduate goal-directed and resilient skills by not giving up when something is hard and by staying on task during our lesson time together today. For today's lesson, you will need some paper, a pencil, and some coins. Ask your family first before you take any coins. I'll give you a few seconds to go get those things now and come right back. Now that you have the materials you'll need today, let's get started. Take a look at these two images. What's the same? What's different? I notice they're the same because they both show the same value. 4 quarters equals 100 cents or $1, so they both show $1. I also notice they're the same because George Washington is on both of them. I notice that they're different because one is coins and the other is a dollar bill. One is made of paper, the other is made of metal. There's only one $1 bill, but there are 4 coins, so that's another way they're different. Did you think about anything else that's the same and different? In kindergarten, first and second grade, you've had a lot of practice counting by ones, like with pennies, by fives, like nickels, and by tens, like dimes. Today, we're going to practice counting by quarters. Remember, a quarter is worth 25 cents, so we will be counting by 25s. We will count this twice. The first time, we will count using cents. Ready? Count together. 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, 100 cents, 125 cents, 150 cents, 175 cents, 200 cents. Wow, awesome job counting by quarters. Look at what we just counted. What do you notice? Let's count by quarters one more time together. This time we're going to count saying the dollar amount. Ready? Count with me. $0.25, $0.50, $0.75, $1, $1.25, $1.50, $1.75, $2, I love counting by quarters. You can continue to practice counting by quarters or other coins at home after today's lesson. Before we get started with the rest of our lesson today, let's review the coin names and their values. We just counted by quarters and learned they have a value of 25 cents. What other coins do you remember? Another coin we use is the penny. How much is it worth? 1 cent. What coin is this? It's a nickel. And how much is it worth? 5 cents. And the last coin. What is the name of this coin and how much is it worth? It's a dime and its value is 10 cents. We will use what we know about their coins and their values next. We are going to do a number sense routine called Quick Images. You will see some coins on the screen. After a few seconds, a screen will cover the coins so you can no longer see them. Think about the coins you saw and what the total value of the coins is. If you have coins in front of you and want to show what you see on the screen, you can do that too. Ready? Here's the first one. What do you see? Here comes the screen. How many cents did you see? I saw 5 pennies. Each penny is 1 cent, so it's 5 cents total. Awesome job. Let's do another one. Remember, the screen comes in fast, so make sure you're remembering what coins are on the screen. What did you see? I saw 4 nickels. Each nickel is 5 cents. I counted by 5s to find the total. 5, 10, 15, 20 cents. Let's do one more. What did you see? I saw 6 dimes and 1 penny. I knew it was 6 dimes because it looked like the pattern for 6 that I've seen on a dice. Each dime is 10 cents. I counted by 10s to find the total. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 cents. And then I added the penny, which was 1 more cent. So I knew it was 61 cents. You are going to get some time to solve a task today. You can use the coins you have in front of you, or if you don't have coins, you can write on your paper what coins he could have, like this. A circle with the value of the coin. So for quarter, you can make a circle with 25 cents in it. For dime, a circle with 10 cents. Let's read the task together. Anton has a total of $1.40. He has only coins. What coins could he have? I'll pause here to give you some time to figure out the task. We're going to come back together and see some ways that he could make $1.40. Here's one way to make $1.40 with coins. You can have 4 quarters and 4 dimes. Let's count it together. 25, 50, 75, $1. $1.10, $1.20, $1.30, $1.40. Did you find a different way to make $1.40? Here's another way you may have made $1.40. There are 3 quarters, 1 nickel, and 6 dimes. Let's count it together. 25, 50, 75, 80, 90, $1, $1.10, $1.20, $1.30, $1.40. Maybe you had another way to make $1.40 with coins that we didn't show. There are lots of different ways. Now that you've really gotten the hang of counting money, next we're going to practice comparing money. The other day, I heard my neighbors having a conversation about money that I wanted to share with you all. Maybe you can help solve the debate that they had. Jeanette has 6 dimes. Saul has 10 nickels. Saul says he has more money because 10 is more than 6. Jeanette thinks she has more money because 60 is more than 50. Who do you agree with? Why? I'll give you some time to think about who you agree with and why. If you have coins in front of you, you could use those to help you prove it, or you can use your paper and pencil to draw or write your thinking. What did you think? Even though Jeanette has less coins, the value of her coins is greater. Each dime is worth 10 cents, so we can see here that 6 dimes would have a value of 60 cents. Saul has more coins, but the value of his coins is less. We can see from this picture that each nickel is worth 5 cents, so 10 nickels has a value of 50 cents, which is less than Jeanette's 60 cents. When we compare money, it's important to keep in mind that the coins have different values. So when we think about who has more money, we need to remember to not just think about who has more coins, but about what the value of those coins are. Just like when we compare numbers, we can compare the amount of money people have and say if someone has greater or less money. Let's review what we learned from the beginning of the year about comparing numbers. We will use the symbols greater than, less than, or equal to when comparing money, so it's important we remember what these symbols mean. What does the first symbol mean? Greater than. If a number has a larger value, we say it is greater than and use the greater than symbol. We can prove it by looking at an example of 8 and 7. 8 has more dots, so it has a bigger value than 7 dots, so 8 is greater than 7. What does the next symbol mean? Less than. If a number has a smaller value, we say it is less than and use the less than symbol. We can prove it by looking at the example of 5 and 6. 5 has less dots than 6, so 5 is less than 6. What does the last symbol mean? Equal to. If a number has the same value, we say they are equal. Let's use the example of 2 and 2. 2 is the same as 2. Both values are the same, so we can say they are equal or the same as. Money has value just like numbers do. We can use the greater than, less than, and equal to signs to compare the value of money. Let's try this one. What symbol belongs in the circle to make this true? They both just have one coin, and the penny is bigger in size than the dime. But like we learned in the task with Jeanette and Saul, we have to think about the value of the coins to know which one is greater. We know a dime is worth 10 cents and a penny is worth 1 cent, so the dime has a greater value than the penny. 10 cents is greater than 1 cent. Next, you will use what you know about comparing money to count and compare a collection of coins. Look at the amount of money Derek and Calvin have. Who has more money? I will pause here to give you some time to figure it out. To compare the amount of money they had, first I had to count how much money Derek had. He had 36 cents. I wrote that down on my paper so I wouldn't forget. Then I had to count how much money Calvin had. He had 28 cents. Now that I know how much money they each have, I can compare them. Which symbol did you use to compare the amount of money Derek and Calvin have? $36 is more than 28 cents, so we need the greater than symbol to show Derek has more money than Calvin. Let's try another one. Who has more money, Miss Beckett or Mrs. Hale? First, I counted the amount of money that Miss Beckett had, 64 cents. Then I counted the money Mrs. Hale had. She also had 64 cents. 64 cents is the same as 64 cents. What symbol did you use to compare their money? Equal to. 64 cents is equal to 64 cents. Here's another chance for you to practice comparing money. Bobby has the amount of money on top. Sally has the amount of money on the bottom. Who has more money? At first, I thought maybe Bobby had more money because I saw a dollar bill. But then, when I concentrated and counted up the value of the money they both had, I knew Bobby has $1.47 and Sally has $1.50. $1.50 is more money than $1.47, so Sally has more money. Bobby's $1.47 is less than Sally's $1.50. I am so impressed with how hard you've been working the last 2 days counting and comparing money. We will end today's lesson with one last challenge. Look at the money here. How much money is it? How many more cents do you need to have $1? You can fill in the sentence stem here. I have blank cents. I will need blank cents more to have $1. How do you know? I will give you some time to think about this final challenge for today. How many cents did you count? I counted 49 cents. I have 49 cents. I know 49 is really close to 50 cents. It's just one away. If I had 50 cents, I would need another 50 cents to get to $1 because 50 plus 50 equals 100. So I need 51 cents to make $1 because I had 49 cents and one more penny would bring me to 50. Then I'd need 50 more cents. 1 penny plus 50 cents is 51 cents. Wow! Way to tackle a challenge today. In today's episode of Math Matters, we learned how to count and compare a collection of pennies, nickels, dimes, and quarters whose total value is $2 or less. How did you do today working towards our learning goal? Give a thumbs up if you feel like you got it, a thumb in the middle if you're still practicing, or a thumb down if you need help from a teacher or someone at home. We also learned how to use the cent symbol, dollar symbol, and decimal point to write a value of money. Give a thumbs up if you feel like you got it, a thumb in the middle if you're still practicing, or a thumb down if you need help from a teacher or someone at home. We know mathematicians are goal-directed and resilient. Take a moment to reflect on yourself as a mathematician today. Were you able to persevere and not give up even if something was hard? Were you able to stay on task and stick to the learning goals for today? What might you work on tomorrow? Thank you for joining me for today's second grade episode of Math Matters. I'm Miss Beckett and hope you will tune in for more math fun tomorrow. And remember, keep on counting those coins.